Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. I've got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40 30 to the coast. 20 15 Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy. It's the holiday weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page, go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Shawn and Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. Have you not subscribed to our YouTube channel for real? Come on, guys. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this on our mobile app, come on, man. Don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, man. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. So listen, download the app. So go to wherever it is, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you get your app from, but just go there. Type in Sports Zone Chicago, download it. Take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles. Thanks to my man Clarence, Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you watch this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. Put us there next to the big boys, Netflix, Hulu, Apple Plus, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Stars. Man, Stars was good. Woo! That season ended on a bang. Literally, a bang. Literally. But I digress. Download us to your TV, and you can watch us on a big screen. Hell, we're on a big screen, right, Mickey? Ficky, now. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, Black Diamond, you're a fool. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Oh, my goodness. Man, listen. So Black Diamond started with this. That's why I'm laughing. He's like, top of the morning, and I'm like, he's like, top of the morning, gang, go Cubs go. So then I put, don't start your blasphemy, Black Diamond. And he says good morning to Aunt Mouse. Aunt Mouse, bear down. He's Shawn, I do nothing of the sort. You boys are tripping. You're winding out early. And you know what? I'm here for it, baby. I am here for it. Listen, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive like you are now. Keep it up. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in a thread. We'll put it up on a screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Man, let's kind of go through some of the chat, which is jumping. I already mentioned Black Diamond. We'll put that up again. Black Diamond, early, baby. He's getting in early. My man, Shawn Walls, a Mickey Ficky, TGIF, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You know how we do. Amos checking in. Bear down, Shawn. Amos, thank you so much, Papa. I appreciate you for checking in. There he is. Cornelius Squalls checking in. What up, sports zoners? He's back. Just like the prodigal son, he's returned from Arizona, from the AZ. He was hiking in Grand Canyon on a burro, on a little donkey. I imagine, dog. I imagine. Hope you had a good time. James Ford checking in. Good morning, Baba. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. That I can promise you. Listen, we got a great show. 9:30, Jason Palmer is going to join us. We're going to talk a little Sky. All right, the Chicago Sky had their home opener yesterday, and I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I'm cursing at the TV screen. Listen, you want equal, you women's suffrage, didn't you? You fought for equal rights. Well, guess what? You're going to get this smoke. You're going to get this smoke. You're going to get this work today, Sky. All right? I did not like what I saw yesterday, and I'm going to tell you about it. And Jason and I were going to talk about it today at 9:30 at the bottom of the hour. All right? I don't like it. I didn't like it a lot. I didn't like it at all. So, we're going to talk about that. We got baseball to talk. Baseball teams are in action this weekend. We're going to talk about that. The Bears. The shush push. The shush push. Why wasn't Caleb made available on Wednesday? Why? You want this thing to fester and keep going. All right, there's a lot of questions. It's not just what it came true. It's not just whether he didn't want to come here before. All right, that was confirmed. He told the writer. Okay, but then what were they prepared to do? All right, were you prepared to go on a smear campaign like they talked about? That was the final resort. They're going to go on a smear campaign for the Bears so the Bears would back off. They tried to go to the UFL. They thought maybe going that route for a year. There's a lot of different things. So we want to hear about this. And ultimately, he signed here and did well. But there's also other questions people want to ask, and you guys want to know. How often did you watch tape alone? Why did you watch tape alone? Did you ask Shane Waldron to watch tape with you or to go over the game plan, and he said no? Is that what happened? Or did you guys have a falling out, or you guys couldn't stand each other, and you decided to do it on yourself, and you put a spin on it and said, I watch tape by myself? Did you ask for help? Did you go to the head coach and say, hey, listen, I need help watching tape? Did you go to the general manager, the guy who drafted you, and say, I need help? These are all questions that need to be asked to Caleb. So them not making him available pissed me off. Pissed me off. So we got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. But guys, you know how we do. First segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top
Ah, okay. I hear you, Steve-O. Okay. First top of the morning topic. Man, this was started off with this. Man, Chicago Sky had their home opener yesterday at Wintrust Arena. They lost to the defending champion, New York Liberty, 99-74. Courtney Vandersloot led the way. She had 14 points for the Sky. Rachel Banham, 15 points. I think they're all on threes, if I'm not mistaken. Angel Reese had one of the worst statistical days ever. 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 7 from within 4 feet. She had 2 points and 12 rebounds. All right, this is what people are talking about. Okay, this is what people are talking about with Angel Reese and missing those layups. And let me tell you something. There was a lot of physical play. Okay? But you've got to be able to make those as well. She got rejected multiple times. I don't understand. Can you not jump? I have no idea why you're putting the ball up almost flat-footed. I get it. They are the defending champs. They're the defending champs for a reason. But I was not happy. Countless unforced turnovers. They played out of sorts. Terrible passes. Inbounding passes. At times, they look like a JV team or a grammar school team. The way they try to inbound the ball, and New York put some pressure on. They look like a grammar school team. They need to do better because I was not happy at all. At all. The next top of the morning topic, the good guys from the Southside White Sox welcome the Texas Rangers for a 3-game set. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sportsnet or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. The probables for tonight's game for Texas. Tyler Mahley's on a bump. He's 5-1 with a 1.47 ERA going up against Shawn Burke on a bump for the good guys. He's 2-5 with a 4.69 ERA. It's also the return of Jake Berger. Back to the South Side, and I know a lot of people are going to want to have some questions for him pregame. So good stuff. How did I forget that? How the heck did I forget that? Wow. I can't believe I forgot that. What the hell, Bobby? Anyway, so keeping it moving. Well, here's one thing I also wanted to. They're really annoying me. This baseball team, this baseball organization is really annoying the hell out of me. All right, you sent down. See, the White Sox yesterday, they sent down. Tyler Elko. Okay. They sent down Tyler Elko yesterday, and I have no idea why. If this year's about development, now he's a feast or famine type of guy. I understand. But the guy has 31 plate appearances and has 3 home runs. Why is he going down? Why is he going down? This is a guy you need runs. And not that this guy's going to step in and accidentally hit a home run. That's 1 every 10 at bats. one every 10.3 at bats, he gets a home run. That's once every 3, 6, 9. Once every 3 games, he was getting a home run. And if you want development, so now you're sending him back down. But yet you won't send Andrew Vaughn down. Who couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. He's got 5 homers, like 130. It comes out to 1 homer every 37 at bats for Vaughn. But you won't send him down. You'll send ENCORE down, but not him. Maybe it's a fire he needs lit under his ass. Start being more selective and be more aggressive and becoming a better hitter. Maybe that's what he needs. You have options. You can send him down. You can send him down without DFAing him. So I don't understand this organization. I don't understand it at all. You got a young guy up here who's got some pop in his bat. And you send him down. You can work on things here. He's already shown he's got major league power, so why not keep him here? Why not work on everything? That's the one thing. If you can't do things, if he was batting as bad as he is, and I'll give you his average. Give me a second. ENCORE's hitting 161. 3 home runs, 31 at bats. Vaughn. 5 home runs, 185 at bats. Come on, man. Give us some stuff here. Give us some guys up here. Let them learn up here. Let them learn up here. What the hell's he going to go down there for? You know, it doesn't make any sense, this organization. And it's Chris Getz. This is the guy who's in charge of development, and nobody developed. He's in charge of the minor league system, and nobody developed in the minor league system. Get all this talent down there, and once Yo Moncada came up, he never panned out. Eloy Jimenez, he never panned out. Luis Robert showed flashes of it, but nothing consistent. Andrew Vaughn hasn't panned out. Gavin Sheets hasn't panned out. He had something. There was something to say. He had something to say as well too. We'll talk about that. So you got a guy up here who likes to knock the ball out of the ballpark for us, and you send him down. Work out some things. He's here. Let him stay. I just don't get what the hell Getz is doing. I just don't get it. Keeping it moving. The next top of the morning topic, the Cubs travel to the Queen City. They travel to Cincinnati to face the Reds for a weekend set. First pitch is at 5:40 p.m. Central tonight. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. The probables for tonight's game for the Bears, for the mini Bears. For the Cubs, Matthew Boyd is on the bump. He's 4-2 with a 2.98 ERA, going up against Hunter Green, who's 4-2 with a 2.36 ERA. Cub fans, you should be a little happy. The next top of the morning topic, Wrigley Field is set to host the 2027 MLB All-Star Game. 37 years since Wrigley last hosted it. 1990. How do I know? I was there. Actually, I was there for the day before. Batting practice, a home run hitting contest, all that stuff. I was in college. Crazy, huh? It was after my freshman year. I graduated high school in 89, so 89, 90. So summer of 1990. Great story. So my cousin's in from California, big baseball fan, big sports guy. My cousin Stefan. Big shout out to Stefan Sierra living out in LA. And he's a big Cub fan, poor guy. My uncle, his dad was a big Cub fan too. All my uncles were Cub fans. I don't understand why. But anyway. He's in town, he wanted to go, so we went down there the day before the All-Star game. We're watching batting practice. And a buddy of mine from college, Marcus Duckworth. Big shout out to Marcus Duckworth. I got to reach out to him. I think he's living in California. Linebacker from Freedom. Actually, he's the guy who went to high school with The Rock. The Rock was at Freedom High School. He's a year younger than us. But I digress. So Marcus's parents worked for Continental Airlines. If you remember, Continental United merged. But back then, it was Continental Airlines. So he flew all over the country for free. So we talked, not often, because it was still a long-distance call. So he's like, yeah, I want to come out. I was like, dude, come on out. No problem. Of course, you can stay with me. So stay with us. So we stay with us. And we're down there. And we're in batting practice. We walk into the left field bleachers. And people are jacking them. Center field, right center, left field. And Chris Sabo from the Reds is up, hits one, and it hits the fence behind us and drops. I turn around, and obviously everyone just jumps at it. All of a sudden, the ball pops out. I'm like, oh, shit. So the ball pops out. I look down. I look up to see whoever else was going to get it, because I was going to get it. And me and this dude locked eyes. And we were like, "Urgh." So we go down at the same, we go get the ball at the same time, and I give him a flipper. Flip him back into the crowd that was by the fence, grabbed the ball, and was like, yeah. I was fired up. I had a home run ball. And he was like, hey, that's messed up. That should be mine. And my guy Marcus is jacked. He's 225, just jacked. He came in benching 400 pounds. He's like, no, it's not. And the dude was like, oh, damn. So I still have that ball down in the basement. That's crazy. But that was the last time that Wrigley Field hosted the All-Star game. So, 37 years later. Crazy. Shorty's checking in. He says, top of the morning to you. Top of the morning, Shorty. He's like, he goes, again, on the phone in a meeting, so I cannot talk, but hello to Chat and Shawn. Thank you, Papa. Don't worry, man. I appreciate the love, man. I do. I appreciate the love. My man, King Booker World, checking in. He says, salute to everybody. And Shawn, that's what I'm talking about, King Booker World. Man. Patty Lara, good morning. Good morning, Jeremiah. Who did I say? What did I say? I didn't say Tim? Who did I say, Mashawn? Tim Elko. Made a mistake. It happens. Who did I say? What did I say his first name was? Anyway. Next top of the morning topic, the Blackhawks. Blackhawks named their new head coach, Jeff Blashill. He is a they got a guy that they, I don't know if it's the guy that they wanted, but he's a former Red Wings coach, and allegedly his ability, he has a knack of developing young players. Or Kyle Davidson said, quote, Jeff is an incredibly smart and talented coach. He's thrived when in a position to develop young players and has shown he's capable of blending that into overall team success. That's a vision and philosophy we share for where we are today and where we see our team in the future. Could be more excited for what's to come under Jeff's direction. This is from Kyle Davidson, the GM of the Blackhawks. I mean, what do you expect him to say? Hire the dude. What else? This guy sucks, can't develop him. Looking forward to it. Come on. Don't look me in the eye, piss on my shoes, and tell me it's raining. Come on. Well, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my man, Jason Palmer. My man's in them. I told you, I'm sounding more and more like Ahmad Rashad. My main man, Michael Jordan. My main man, Magic Johnson. Everyone was Ahmad Rashad's main man. Although we do know his main man was Michael Jordan. But every time he had a guest on, he's like, I talked to my main man. But that's all right. Talk to my mans and them, Jason Palmer. He's actually going to do this segment in Spanish. Okay, that's a little joke between me and him. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Double streak ended last year against this very New York Liberty team. She had 15 straight. Kia Nurse with the three-pointer that falls. Corny Corny Vandersloot says, you know what? I'm just going to take a shot off of a broken play.
He's got to put more pressure defensively.
Good post entry, post touch, post finish. Van Lift each other here in the third quarter. Shoulder fake, Elizabeth Williams, soft touch.
In New York.
Good touch, finish, and one chance here for Elizabeth Williams. Corny Vandersloot, three-pointer.
Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of WCIU. That was our Sky. Not very happy about the game yesterday. Not what I saw. Not happy at all. My next guest, man, great friend of the program. Been covering the Sky since their inception, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to talk about this game a little bit. You can find him on Twitter at jaycoyden, JAYCOYDEN. Guys, just welcome back to Shawn and Maya, Jason Palmer. Jason, what's up, Papa? How are you?
Feliz viernes, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está?
Estoy bien. ¿Y usted?
Bien. What happened to summertime shot, dude? What the hell?
It's supposed to start like today. It's Memorial Day weekend. What the hell?
I'm running my heat. What's going on here, man? I mean, it's not summertime, but I'm still running my heat, Bill. But it's Chicago, man. You know, Memorial Day is that holiday. You never know. It could be 90 degrees. It could be 50 degrees and rainy. You never. It's just like we call it like summertime shot. Memorial Day weekend.
It's literally a crapshoot. Literally a crapshoot every year.
Every year it's a crapshoot. You never know what you're gonna get. But hey, you know, it's a holiday weekend. You know, a holiday to remember those who have lost their lives serving the nation in the line of duty in our military and our first responders as well. So while we do the barbecues and watch all the sports and all that, you know, it's also good to remember what the holiday is really about as well, the reason as well. I have a couple of people who are first responders who were lost their lives in the line of duty. So it's definitely a special holiday for a lot of people. But that said, man, the Sky, ooh, Lord, that was
rough, bro. That was rough.
That was a tough watch. You know, you don't ever want to have your home opener in front of your friends go down like that, man. I mean, that was a complete booty whooping last night to come off of the booty whooping Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever gave him to open the season. You know, not a good start for our Chicago Sky. 2 blowout losses where they're never in either one of these games. And what we're seeing is a team that is under a new head coach, a team that has had a lot of turnover in the roster from the previous year, and a team just starting to learn, you know, themselves. That said, I was extremely disappointed in the performances of both Cardosa and Angel Reese. They have to be better. A total of 8 points combined with your 2 top draft picks from the previous season. That ain't gonna cut it, ladies. That ain't gonna cut it at all. So
hey, you know what? Keep it, man. Hey, they fought for equal rights. They're gonna get this smoke too. The way we criticize our men's basketball team and our football team, baseball, they need to get that smoke too, Jay. They need to get that smoke. You want all that? You want more? You're clamoring for equal pay, for equality. Here you go. You get that smoke. Give them that smoke because they deserved it last night.
Yeah, you've got to get that same media smoke when you don't perform, and they did not perform at all yesterday. Nope. It was, you know, you got a hyped up crowd. You know, Wintrust Arena was jumping, man. It was jumping. You know, those people came out there on a Thursday night. They excited for the home opener. You know, you've hyped it all up. A lot of giveaways. What's up, Marshawn? And you go out there and crap the bed, man. I mean, that's terrible. What's up, Armando, as well? I don't even know how to analyze that game, to be honest, Shawn, because they did nothing right. Their defense was porous. The Liberty set a team record for number of threes made. I think it was 19.
A WNBA record.
Was it a WNBA? I knew it was at least a Liberty record. So, oh my God. I mean, you've got to defend.
They're unconscious, dude. What the hell?
Yeah. And
they couldn't hit anything. That's like shooting a beach ball. You know what I mean? Like that's how big that looked for them yesterday. And they were draining them.
Yeah. And it's not a good look for the Sky when your leading scorer is Courtney Vandersloot.
Yep.
That's just not, first of all, because she's your point guard. Okay. Second of all, because she's kind of here just to transition the position off to Haley Van Leith and, to get things running. But she's got to be able to get that ball to someone who could score. Kia Nurse was disappointing. She had 3 points, 2 rebounds. Ariel Atkins, your starting 2 guard. She only came up with 8 points herself. Vandersloot led the team with 14, and then Rebecca Allen came off the bench with 11. And Rachel Bondman came off the bench with 15. But where are your scorers from your starting lineup, Shawn? Where are your scorers from your starting lineup? When Cardosa only has... Yeah, go ahead.
Angel Reese had 2 points. She was 0 for 8 from the field, and she was 0 for 7 for within 7 or 4 feet from the basket, basically layups. And this is the reason why people criticize her game so much. How are you getting rejected? You're not even jumping. She got rejected a couple times. She put the ball up, tried to lay it up. You're only 6'3". And Cardosa looked better when I first saw her in the preseason game, but she just looked a little lethargic yesterday. Like she gets no lift off her on her jumps. Dude, you're 6'7". There's no reason anyone should be blocking your shot. Give me a little jump. Give me a little 7-8 inch vertical, and no one's blocking your shot. They just seemed like they didn't want to be there. I looked at Cardosa's body language, and I know you can't determine it, but man, to see in her body language just looked like she was not all tuned in, and it was frustrating because you're right. These are 2 top 10 picks playing like crap.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's easy to analyze garbage when you see it. And it was a garbage performance. I mean, and they gotta admit that, man. And most of the criticism is going toward Reese, and I get it. It's because she is the franchise player. She's the face of the franchise. This is going to get, let me say this. If there's not a vast improvement from Angel Reese's game this season, there's going to be so much criticism coming towards this young lady that she's not going to be, I don't even know if she'll be able to handle it. And the criticism is going to come because people are going to say, look, you go out, you do all these other things off the court. You're making all those money off the court, which you should. Yeah, but she's made so many not too bright comments about her salary and why she does all this stuff off the court. Mm-hmm. And then you don't perform. We've criticized her for the missed layups last year.
Yes.
She was criticized for it last year. The whole double-double record thing that she got last year, I kept saying was a farce. I was like, hell, half the rebounds off her own missed shots from layups. Yeah. Not from 15-foot jumpers, but from layups. So, when you really analyze her game, I get why the Sky are keeping her around. I mean, she's going to fill seats, and she's the face of your franchise for marketing, but I haven't seen anything with her in this season plus 2 games that makes me say I would want to build my team around her. She lacks leadership abilities. She's very irritable and volatile. She got a technical foul again last night.
Yep.
Getting into it with the referees, the whole thing with Caitlin Clark, this stuff, like at a certain point, Angel got to play basketball. She got to play basketball.
Play basketball well.
Well, average, Shawn.
Let's start there.
Well.
Let's start with average.
Start.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right. I'm not asking for her to be well and be an all-star. I'm asking her to play average. She's not doing that, man. I have not seen any development in her game these first 2 games of the season. She looks like the exact same player from last season. And you cannot do that, man. You cannot do that. Again, she's a high draft pick. She's the face of your franchise. She got to play. She got to work on her game. She needs to get her a mid-range shot that she can consistently hit, and she's got to hit her bunnies. She's got to hit her layups. And I'm not being overly critical because, women in the women's game, they do miss more layups than they do with the men. I mean, that's historical. That's just the way it goes. But she takes that to a different level, man. She takes it to a different level. And it's not good. It's not a good look for the Sky with Angel. And so, you want all the attention. You want to be the leader of the team. Okay. Well, this is what comes with leadership. To who much is given, much is expected. And she's not living up to the expectations right now. A lot of games left in this season, but she's got to improve her game.
Hands down, guys. We're joined by Jason Palmer, Chicago Sky reporter, talking Sky basketball here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. It's frustrating because of all the things you said. Like you want all the attention. You want this. Okay, but this is what comes with attention. All right, you watch what there's an old saying, watch what you ask for because you just might get it. And that's the situation she's in. You wanted all the eyes, well, guess what? Now you got them. Now you got to perform. Those missed layups, unacceptable. All right. She looked good at one point in the preseason game against Brazil. She was driving and she spun, went at a defender, spun, went up and underneath the basket. And I was like, oh, snap. She's been working on her game. But then you go up against the defending champs, and now you got girls who are you're equally yoked, if not, under a disadvantage against a better team, and then you play like crap. Like here's where she needs to step up. And the new coach is Tyler Marsh, is a guy that has been known to develop players. Well, we got to start seeing some of that development. I get it. It's 2 games. All right, I'm not saying to burn a whole franchise down. No. But bam, let me see something in your first couple games. What have you been doing in practice? Like there should be a staple or something. Your imprint should be on this team in your first 2 games. Should be. And you got blown out twice.
Agreed. And I think, a lot of this too is, what is his scheme? I want to ask Coach March, kind of that question. Coach, what is your scheme? What is the philosophy? Let's just go with what is the offensive philosophy or what the Sky want to do. Because I think that is going to be the key. In his post-game press conference yesterday, Coach Marsh said New York imposed their will on us a little bit and took us out of our rhythm. That's a good team, and you can't afford to self-inflict wounds. Well, first off, how did they impose their will on you a little bit and it just took you completely out of your rhythm? I was very concerned when he made that comment. I get it, they're the defending champions, okay? But they were coming into your house. You got the entire crowd behind you. You had 4 days off from your previous game. That's not going to cut it in terms of that performance, Coach. I'm sorry. They have to play better. I need to know what their scheme is. We had talked about in the offseason, they need shooters. Okay, well, Rachel Banham came out. She put up some points. She did her job off the bench. Okay, now she comes in and gets 15 off the bench. And I'm sorry, she was the leading scorer, actually, over Morrison and Vandersloot. And She put up 15 points in 15 minutes.
Yeah, from three. She was nailing it. She was raining them.
Right. Okay. Now,
you know, get her the ball. He checked. Right. He checked.
Exactly. So, okay, now you got her doing that, but she's coming off the bench and doing that, and that's good. That was a big boost for them. And I know he's talked a lot about being able to spread the floor, get your outside shots to fall down. That should open up things on the inside for both Reese and Cardoso, and to an extent, Kia Nurse as well. Well, when your starting front court comes up with 11 points total in the game, with Reese with 2, Nurse with 3, Cardoso with 6, that's your starting front court. Combined total of 11 points in the entire game. It's not getting it done.
That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for disaster. And it was.
Exactly. And you know, they gotta find ways to get those easy buckets, those high percentage shots. You know, and we had discussed it last year that if Cardoso and Reese can improve their shooting percentage, and more so Reese than Cardoso, to be honest. But if they can improve their shooting percentage on those shots down there inside the post, the Sky will win a lot more games. That's the philosophy of this team. I understand the philosophy. You're building around 2 bigs. Okay. But if they're the building blocks, that means they should be your main offensive threat. And when they're not doing that, then, you know, you're putting your pressure on your backcourt to score a lot of points. And, you know, granted, Vandersloot had 14, Rebecca Allen had 11, and Bantam had 15. But you got to get something going down there in the paint. You got to get to the free throw lines, hit your free throws, get the other team's bigs in foul trouble. We didn't see any of that yesterday. We didn't see it really in the game against the Fever. And, you know, I kind of sounded the alarm about Angel last year. But, you know, there was so much politics involved in last year's WNBA season. I just stopped talking about it because I understood it was basically politics with Clark and Reese. And, you know, now that the presidential election is over, you know, people have, you know, kind of maybe calm down a little bit and they'll listen to reason with just about basketball. And so we'll kind of see how this goes, but you know, not a good start so far, but again, it's only 2 games into the season and we'll see what the Sky can come up with here in their next game. But Shawn, you know, the WNBA season is it's no joke, you know, because you don't have that many games. You're playing half of what the NBA is playing. And you only have 12 players on a roster. You only have a certain amount of teams. It's not like a lot of off days. So, you know, you now getting ready to face the LA Sparks. You got to fly out there to LA and take on the Sparks. You got to take on the Mercury, and then they'll come back home and play Dallas Wings. And, you know, Dallas has improved. You know, they added Paige Buchers, the overall #1 pick, and you're going to be playing them in 6 days. That's going to be your next home game. And then your next home game after that is on June the 7th against Caitlin Clark and the Fever again. Then you got to go to New York and play at the Liberty. So, you know, the Sky going to have to figure this out, and they're going to have to figure it out quick because their schedule is not very forgiving. So we'll see what they want to do. But, you know, more importantly, I understand you got to get the offense going without a doubt. But, you know, they got to play defense too, man. I mean, you've now given up 93 points and 99 points. The Liberty almost busted a dub on you. I mean, in the WNBA, we don't really see that. We don't really see that where these teams are scoring in the high 90s and the game didn't go into overtime. But you gave up 93 points and 99 points. There's reasons for concern, and Armando, I think you said it best with your comment early on. So we will see not just what the offensive scheme is, but what is the defensive scheme? Because if you're giving up a WNBA record in 3 points shots made, you got issues. because that means your interior defense and your exterior defense is lacking.
Yeah, you're not closing out. All right, you're not, and it's funny. It's interesting to see them. That they just didn't seem active. They didn't seem active, and that's a big problem for me. Like I need this is game 2. We ain't at the end of the season, the dog days. Not that your season's long, but we're not in the dog days of your season. You're in game 2, and you're not closing out. Like I don't see the defensive intensity. I see a lot of ambivalence by Cardoso, and I'm like, come on, Ma, where's all this excitement that you had on draft day? Like now there's a work that's involved. All right, now you're playing against grown-ass women. You ain't playing against college girls anymore. And that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm wondering if they've come to grips with that. These are the best of the best. These are grown-ass women. And Cardoso, dude, how are you 6'7" getting your shot blocked? I don't get that, Jason. I don't get it. It wasn't Brittany Griner who's 7 feet. No, it wasn't her. Man, it's just frustrating. And if I'm the coach, he's got to let him know. He's got to let him know. He's like, that's unacceptable. He's got to let him know in no uncertain terms that this defense, we need to turn it up defensively, because if we want to win, we need to win on the defensive end, because that's going to lead to offense, quick point, fast break points, easy buckets. But it was so frustrating to me. Haley Lith yesterday, talk to me about how you liked her game, how you liked her play yesterday, and how you see it. What would you like to see? How would you like to see her develop throughout the season?
So I like Haley Van Lif's game. She's a ball player. She's one that has it. And you can see it. I want to see her continue to develop in terms of just getting more minutes, getting more familiar with the WNBA game. There's so much she has to learn. But she's got a pedigree in that every team she played for in college, and there was a lot of them, she played well, and she led her team. I think the thing with her that I'm going to want to see is that leadership ability come out. And it's going to take a while because she's brand new here. But I want to see her be very vocal while out there on the court. And I want to see her press Reese and Cardoso. I cannot wait until the day with Van Leaf basically unleashes on both of them. Okay, for poor play, for poor effort. Now, obviously her and Angel played together the year at LSU, so there's some familiarity there, which I think is going to help them. But I can't wait until Haley does what a true point guard does, and basically start cussing them out when they doing dumb shit.
She's got to go into that, Jay, because like you said, she's a rookie.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But I don't think it's going to take her this long. Okay. I think by the end of the season, you're going to start seeing her giving some pushback to them bigs when they're not performing, when they're missing layups and shots. She need to be like, look, damn it, we getting your big asses the ball where you want it. Y'all got to finish. You got
first
to
time.
be right. Exactly. Not only your third one. You got to not be afraid to be an a-hole. You got to not be afraid to be an a-hole in professional sports. In pro sports, you can be that person because all the best ones are.
Yes.
All the best ones in every sport, they ain't the kindest of people to their teammates, to the media, nobody else. It's because they pushing to win. And when you're looking for a leadership role, and again, this is where my criticism of Reese comes from. She's not the leader of the Sky. I'm sorry. She's just not. She can't be. It's got to be somebody else on that team who's going to be the leader, and it's got to be someone who's going to stand up to them. I think that person is Haley Van Leaf. That's what I want to see her develop is into a floor leader. And I think this will come, when we get near the end of the year, she'll have a lot more games under her belt. She'll feel more confident about speaking on it. And let's be honest, it's politics in it. You and I talk about the politics of sport all the time. They ain't gonna take no stuff from no rookie who's not even a starter yet. I think once she gets that starting role from Courtney Vandersloot, whether that's at the beginning of next year or towards the end of this season, then I think maybe you'll start seeing her being more vocal. But hey, I like the young lady's game. I like her skill set. I think the thing we also have to consider, as always with the WNBA, is these rookies are coming in off of a long college season. They don't get a break. They don't get a off season to develop their body physically. It's a grind for them. Or recover. Exactly. Or recover. So it's a grind. So my thing for her is I would like for her to stay healthy, first off. Because I think that has been a problem, and the WNBA needs to figure out how they're going to do with that. Because remember, last year, both Angel Reese and Cardoso got hurt early in the season. Yep. And I think it's because they don't have an off season and they're going right into not just basketball, but basketball at the highest level, and so
within a month of playing their last game.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Look what happened to Cameron Brink last year. She tore that ACL, she's still out. So I think a lot of it has to do with the grind that these women are putting on their bodies in a short time. So I like to see Haley come along slowly. You don't have to give her a lot of minutes right now. Increase her minutes maybe as the season goes on, but watch her physically. I don't want to see the young lady get injured. And but I think she's going to be their point guard in the future. I think it was a heck of a draft pick. And I said that when I came on your show after the draft. I think that we probably got the steal of the draft. And, we got to give her time to work with Coach Marsh so that he can develop her as well. But I think the Sky will have some pieces without a doubt. Elizabeth Williams is a piece. Rachel Bannon is a piece.
Mm-hmm.
They've got pieces. Rebecca Allen is a piece, but you'll start in 5, man. They got to do better than that. I mean, I didn't really criticize Ariel Atkins, but she's a starting 2 guard. She only had 8 points in 20. What she had. She had 23 minutes and 8 points. So think about this: 4 of your 5 starters combined for 19 points. Atkins had 8, Reese had 2, Nurse had 3, Cardoso had 6. When 4 of your starting 5 are only giving you 19 points, you ain't gonna beat nobody. So
and the turnovers, they had 23 turnovers yesterday, most since 2022.
Yeah,
led to 27 points. And the thing that I said they looked like a grammar school team. When at some point when they were trying to inbound the ball. Right. All right. The receiver is standing there like just across on the other side of the line, and they're like flicking it to him. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, run, get away from the defender. All right. Come in, go back, come in, do something. But the person taking the ball out and the person receiving the ball look like this is their first time playing basketball often. Like this was just crazy, Jay. And this is where Tyler Marsh, he's got to step in. And I know it's his first time as a head coach. Hey, you got your dad on your staff. His dad was a well-renowned college basketball coach, a well-renowned basketball coach. All right, holler at your dad. Lean on him. He's on your staff for a reason. All right, I think you need to lay into these girls like, hey, listen, that was piss poor. I don't care if it's game 2. It was piss poor. All right, Angel, horrible. Camila, horrible. I mean, they need a good ass chewing because that was just uninspired and lethargic yesterday and embarrassing. You talked about the arena being fired up. They're excited to get the Sky home, dude. The support for the WNBA is at an all-time high. It's same as here in Chicago. We're excited about the Twin Towers. We're excited about some of the new acquisitions and the old acquisition and Sloot. And then they come out like this. They lay an egg. You got your ass kicked game 1 and you're away from home. So come home, get some home cooking, and and then you lay an egg? Come on, coach. You got to get these girls up.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. I think they need a good ass chewing. after that. I was surprised he didn't just come out and say, look, I want to apologize to all our fans, the entire fan base. That's probably how I would have started my press conference. Yeah. Like, that was embarrassing, and that's not what we've been doing. But we're not overreacting, Shawn. We're not overreacting. You and I are not overreacting. We have a right to expect more from this team in their home opener, like that. So we will see what happens here in the coming games. But again, they don't have a lot of time here to drag their feet on this one. So, okay, you throw this game out. You say, hey, this is an outlier. I hope this is an outlier, but it happened in back-to-back games when you're giving up 90-plus points. This thing can go south real quick. You're only talking a 40-game season. So, once you get to like game 12, you've played 25% of the season. It ain't a lot of time here, man. So, and like I said, their schedule is not forgiving. So they've got to get this together. They need to get a win, but more importantly, they need to just play average. I think you said it, but we just need them to play average. Because if you keep doing this, you're going to make yourself unwatchable. And the last point I want to make about this before I go is that, I hope we're not having a situation with the Sky like we had with our White Sox a couple of years ago, where we gave a lot of attention to these young players who we thought were going to be the future. And in this case, talking about Cardoso and Reese, I hope that we have not given them too much too soon in terms of attention, not money-wise, but in terms of intention. They got to prove it. Neither one of them have done anything yet on this level.
Right.
They got potential, but until your potential turns into actual results, you haven't done anything. And that's the message that needs to get through to both of them. And they've got to perform better for the team.
He's Jason Palmer. He covers the Sky. He's been covering them since their inception. Man, great stuff, Jay. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, let everyone know they can find you and your work online.
Yeah, you can find me online at JAYCOYDEN on X, and visit my website. It's just got revamped, JCOYDEN reports.com. I've got more exclusive content, new content, revamped the entire website, and you'll start seeing it next week right after this summer holiday weekend. So go ahead and check out the new website. I've got a lot of stuff coming. I got a big investigative report coming up in the next week or two on Chicago State University and the the football program.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice.
Yeah. There's been a lot of non-accurate information about that situation. Let's just say from the major media, nobody has really delved into it, but I have. So I've discovered a lot of interesting things about this football program.
Wow.
So I will have to, I'm gonna come back before I drop that one. I'm gonna give you an exclusive a day in advance before I actually publish it, and I'm gonna release some of my findings on the Shawn and Maya show. Maybe we could even get Maya on that particular show for that one, because she will understand. She, having worked for that university, she will understand some of the stuff that I have discovered about this football program that's going to start playing 2026. Shawn, is when they're playing.
A lot of work's got to get done, and a lot of recruiting, I'm happy, but I'm very, very I don't want to say skeptical, because I think it has a negative connotation. I'm reserved. Right? Because that's a lot of money. Football's a very expensive sport. It's not like basketball where you go 12 guys. You got to fly around the country and meet kids. You got to fly around the country. You got to pay for airline tickets. You got to pay for hotel stays. You got to pay for rental cars. Got to pay for meals. All this stuff. When you go around if you want to be a top-notch program, that's all. And there are tons of money issues over there at Chicago State. So, man, I'm anxious to see to read that report when it comes, your article when it comes out, man. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Holy cow, man! That might be how I name the article. Holy cow, Chicago State football.
Hey, Jason, great stuff. You got any big plans for this weekend, Papa?
Yeah, I'm rehabbing my house a little bit. I'm redoing my second bathroom. I'm redoing my bedroom. So I'm doing a lot of painting. I'm changing light fixtures and trying not to electrocute myself. So I'm doing a lot of stuff around the house. I'm doing a complete rehab on my garage in terms of painting, and I'm adding that like epoxy floor on my garage.
Yeah. All shiny and shit.
Yeah, that's like the new thing, And I'm like, wait a minute, I can do this. I can go to Menards and get some stuff. I know how to do this.
Big money there too.
Yeah, there you go. And it adds value to your property, people. So I had a assessor. We had the village assessor come through last week. So I let the place look like crap when the assessor came, but I ain't no damn fool now. Oh man, this place is terrible. Oh,
right,
you need to
make taxes, damn it.
Right. Oh man, look at that. Take that off, buddy. Take that off. Yeah, then when they leave, all right, let's go hook this place up real quick. So yeah, that's my Memorial Day weekend, man. I'm here, man. I'm here humping. I am DIY and YouTube and stuff all over the place. So if I can survive, you'll see that Chicago State report if the reporter don't kill himself trying to do stuff.
Hey, cue up Bobby Brown. Hey, you humping around.
Yeah, there you go. So,
hey,
all right,
Jason,
Shawn,
you have a great weekend, Papa. We'll talk soon. Man, definitely make sure that you hit me up when you're about to drop that article.
I definitely will. All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Guys, that's Jason Palmer, Chicago Sky reporter. Man, I am anxious to see that report. Man, it's going to be something because with Chicago State. But in regards to the Sky, they got to do better, period. End of story. Again, I'm not saying burn the whole franchise down after 2 games, but I'm not happy with the way that the season started. You expect you're coming off of a break, all right? I would expect more effort, some more production. I get it. You got a new coach, new system, everything. But, man, missing layups, missing free throws, come on, that has nothing to do with a new coach. Has nothing to do with a new scheme. All right, you're not balanced. You're throwing up bullshit shots. And you're playing yesterday. You played against the defending champs, and they showed you why they're the defending champs. It was definitely a difference in class yesterday. That's for sure. Easily seen. So, listen, we got to take another break. On the other side of the break, we got a lot more to talk. We got baseball to talk. We got football to talk. There's a lot. Listen, I'm excited about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about those. The next play tonight. We're going to talk about those, man. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Bears. All right, Caleb, you got to talk. So, man, don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica.
Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those are our Bears in minicamp. Why is it always got to be? It might be like this with all teams, all right? It might be like this with all teams. Damn, why is there always so much drama? Drama for your Mickey Picky mama surrounding our Bears. Why? Yeah, Antoine Randall was getting he's getting in it. I'm telling you, these guys are getting coached, and they're getting coached hard. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Excuse me. You know, there's some stuff going on, and it's bothersome. Bothersome. All right? The shush push. Why didn't you allow Caleb to talk? Why was he not made available to the media on Wednesday? Okay? Why? This is lingering. It's festering. Okay, and people have more and more questions. The longer you wait, the more questions people come up with. Okay, but here's my thing. Caleb needs to make better decisions. I think I said it on Wednesday. Why are you talking to a reporter? Why? Why are you telling him this information? And all the Caleb coach are going to be pissed at me, but I don't give a shit. He's got to do better. He's got to make better decisions. Okay? He's got to make better decisions. He's making a lot of shit decisions right now. To discuss, divulge this information to a reporter when you know it's for a book, you don't think it's going to be talked about here and nationally. Whether it's true or not, I'm not saying it's not true, because it was true. A lot of your fears were realized. Far too many of your fears were realized last year. But there's no need to go publish it and talk about it to an author to be in a book. You know, it bothers me because here's what he could have said. You know what? That was a situation prior to the draft, but after meeting with the Bears, I thought it was, and I decided to come here. First, I'm here, and I wanted the opportunity to change the narrative, just like Ben Johnson said the other day. Caleb could have said, you know what? I wanted to come here and win for this city, this franchise, this organization, and new fans. And I'm here. I'm 10 toes down. I'm committed 100%. Yeah, he's gonna get more questions. Like, what about the film watching and all the other stuff? Okay, all this stuff didn't need to be said, but now you're gonna have to answer to it. People are gonna want to know. People are gonna want to know. Be cool. What's up, Bob? Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. He says, facts. Caleb should have talked, but the Bears want to control the narrative. Of course they do. He opened his mouth, and the only way to clean it up was to say at the end he wanted to come. Yeah, right. Polls forced him. Here's the one thing, B. Cole. I don't know if polls forced him. I think a lot of this had to do with his dad. I think a lot of this is his dad's doing. And Caleb just kind of went along for the ride, like, yeah, sure, Dad, of course. Yeah, you're right. Not that Caleb needed help seeing the dysfunction and dealing with quarterbacks for the last 50 years here. But when it's all said and done, he did decide to come here. He did decide to play for the Bears. Maybe he realized he didn't have a chance. He was stuck here. But they could have gone on that smear campaign that was allegedly the last result. So it was frustrating. And here's the thing. Listen, big boy, you want to act like you want to act like a grown man? Here, welcome to the NFL. This is grown man shit now. Talk to the PR people, put the spin on it that you want, but you need to talk. And delaying this it's only allowing people to come up with more and more questions, more and more theories. Pardon me. Yeah. He did. He told them they were drafting him anyway. I agree. That's right. Black Diamond says, I don't have an issue with what he said, but that wasn't how to voice him. I do have an issue with that. Because it doesn't need to be said, because it creates, but the last thing and I'm speaking from a coach, a former coach, and a former player. The last thing anybody wants is a distraction. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. The longer you let it go, the longer you let him not speak. The longer you let him not be available to the media. This is a distraction. You made the comments. Put his ass out there in Front Street. Coach him up. Say, hey, tell him, hey, you know what? I was concerned. But after meeting, like I said, after meeting with with Post, the franchise, blah, 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 you can sweet it up any way you want. But to say I had concerns and now I'm 10 toes down, good. Let us know. Because there's a whole bunch of other questions we want to know now, too, because you open your mouth. All right, Caleb's complaining about, well, no one, right, I had to watch film alone. Why? So you think everyone's going to jump to your side. Oh, poor Caleb. Well, why did you watch film alone? Were you not being receptive to Shane Waldron? Because I said before, he didn't have any problem with Geno Smith. He didn't have any problem with Russell Wilson. He only had a problem with a entitled, young, new wave quarterback. And you couldn't ask for help? You couldn't go above his head? Couldn't go to the head coach? Couldn't go to the guy who drafted you? You couldn't go anywhere else for help. And this is one of the reasons I'm having an issue with him, because now he's like, oh, okay, poor everyone. He wants everyone to say, poor Caleb, poor Caleb. Yes, you were in a shit situation last year. I agree. And I'm not downplaying that at all. But what part did you have? What could you have done better? You couldn't ask for help. What they say, closed mouths don't get fed on the boulevard. You had no one else. You couldn't call Lincoln Riley. Couldn't call him, huh? Couldn't talk to Ryan Poles. Couldn't call Peyton Manning. Tom Brady would have been a difficult issue because he's owner of the Raiders. You have all these people's numbers, but you couldn't call them. But why do you have to tell everybody? Why? You're bringing the circus here. You're bringing the circus here. The decisions he needs to make need to be better. The future decisions need to be better. Now, and also, it's an attack on Lincoln Riley. When you're saying I watched it by myself, I didn't know what to look at. Lincoln Riley, I said this the other day. Lincoln Riley never taught you to watch film. You went to do it for 3 years, 4 years. He never taught you how to watch film? Rick, what's up, Bob? Thanks for checking in. He says the Bears done everything is off season to accommodate Caleb. He has to know what's on him now. Get the damn ball out on time. It is on him now. Yes, Black Diamond, you're damn right I'm saying it. Stop pacifying him. He's a grown-ass man. Everybody want to throw the other quarterbacks under the bus. Oh, he did this, he did that. He's okay. Well, you know what? Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Because now, if this persists, when are we going to start to say it's Caleb's fault? The kid's talented. Unbelievably talented. A rocket arm. Quick release. It's got to make better decisions. I hope Hollywood hasn't gone to his head. Being out in LA, being the number 1 overall pick. Because there's certain things you got to do as a number 1 overall quarterback. How hard are you working? Here's one thing I haven't heard this offseason. That he's first one in, last one out. I haven't heard how hard he's working. Haven't heard that at all. I'm not saying he's not working hard. I'm saying I'm not hearing the things about his work ethic. That's what I'm not hearing. He could be working hard. He probably needs to be working harder. I need people to rave about, man, he's here all the time. He's here before Coach Johnson's here. He leaves after Coach Johnson's gone. That's what I need to hear about this guy right now. And I'm not hearing it. The way they talked about how Shawn Johnson is such a great character, the whole organization talked about, oh, he's such a great young man. He's such a great young man. He's such a great young man. Great, good football player, but such a great young man. That's the way I need to hear about Caleb's work ethic. Him learning the new offense, being there, working extra, staying out there with his receivers. I know you can't have coaches out there. That doesn't mean you can't be out there with your teammates. You can't be in the Walter Payton Center with your teammates. As you're learning the offense, say, hey, I got this. Let's work on this. Let's work on routes. What are they going to say? Nah, I don't feel like it. There's something going on. There's something that I'm not liking this situation here. I'm not liking this situation. And that's why they need to let him speak. So reporters can ask him, are you working out with your teammates? Do you stay after practice and work with them? How much film are you watching with Coach Johnson? First of all, are you watching film with Coach Johnson? We understand he's going to be a yes, because he's got to go instill things. But how much film are you watching with Coach Johnson? How much film are you watching on your own? Do you know what you're looking for now when you watch film? Are you comfortable moving forward watching film by yourself? All these questions need to be asked. And the answer better be the right ones. Better be the right ones. I'm excited for the season, but there's so many things that are starting off the season in a way that I'm not really happy about. Everything has been handed to this young man. Now he's got to go. He's got to put in the work. He's got to show that he's a leader. He's got to show he's as good as everybody thinks he is. I'm not saying he won't do it. I'm saying I hope he does, because this fan base deserves a winner. You jettisoned a quarterback who got to the national championship game, 2 college football playoffs, and a national championship appearance. And people wanted to say a whole bunch of things, but they didn't want to talk about the coaching. And why he wasn't able to develop. Well, now this guy's got everything. He has everything. There's no excuse why this guy cannot develop. The number one offensive mind on the market. One of the best in the game. Led the NFL in points. And I'm not expecting him to be the number one offense in the NFL this year. I'm not. But I want to see some improvement. I want to see you hitting some receivers. I want to see some big plays. I want to give us hope for the 26th season. I told you I really can't wait for the 26th season. But my feet are here in the 25 season. We need to see improvement. We need to see you have a grasp of this offense. We need to see you hit the open receiver, not your friends. Jay Grizz checking in from the East Coast. This is happy TGIF Day. Sports owners, bear down. Go Scrubbies. That's for the White Sox. Nice unis. You like those, huh? Those are tight. Mine's already coming in the mail. I got the word last week or a couple days ago. Your orders. I get my shit from China. I'm not giving these guys any money. Real talk. I'm getting my shit from China. It's on the way. Got the red and black, the red and black Sox uniform, a jersey with my name customized on the back. You got it. Oh, thanks for checking in, Baba J Grizz. I appreciate it. But there's a lot. A lot is what's going on outside. We got people. I hope there's not fighting. There's a lot going on this year. A lot of expectations. And again, I'm not expecting them to win the Super Bowl. I want to see improvement. I want to see a team that we can be proud of, a team that blocks well, that runs the ball well, that gives a quarterback time to throw the ball, that hits a quarterback that hits open receivers. You have all the receivers in the world. DJ Moore, stud. Romadunze, learn to be a stud. Luther Burden led the college football in yards after catch last year. Cole Kmet, one of the top 10 tight end. Colston Loveland, one of the best tight ends, top 2 tight ends that come out of the college this year. You've got weapons. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai. It's time. And it's starting off with a whole bunch of bullshit that I'm not happy about. All right, this whole public image thing is ridiculous. All I got to worry about, we can't. I don't know what you're scared of. You put yourself in this position, Bears. You haven't developed a quarterback in the last 50 fucking years. You had a stud of the last quarterback in Justin Fields, and you gave him shit. You had a guy in Trubisky before that who was pretty good, and you gave him shit. Cutler, you gave him 6 offensive coordinators in 8 years. How the hell do you expect him to do well? This is something you've done on your own. And now, wanting to control the narrative, now you're like, oh, let's not talk about that. Why not? This is something you've done. This is what you've done. This is your doing. So don't hide behind it. Tyson Bagent, I hope you're learning too, Papa. I hope you're learning too. Because I like this young man, Tyson Bagent. But Black Diamond, it's a good point. He said, I hope Caleb doesn't think Johnson won't bench him if he fucks up. I hope not either, which is why Tyson Bagent, you need to be on point, especially after you see how Ben Johnson holds people accountable. And you know what, Black Diamond? I actually hope he gets benched because I want to see what type of resolve this young man has. What kind of resolve does he have? Because everything's been given to him. He started. You're starting. Number 1 overall pick. You're starting. No competition. This year, no competition. You're the starter. Okay, cool. I get it. I understand who he is. The politics. First round. First pick of the first round. I get it. You got to win games. If you get benched, you go whine. You want. Oh, now you're gonna go talk to Poles and say, oh, you know what? I don't know. I want to get traded. Some dumb shit. Like, come on. I need to see this kid lead us. I need to see his resolve. I haven't seen his resolve yet. Because now says, oh boy, if we see Bagent this year, it's going to be a long year. I just want to see, again, I am a proponent of earning things. But I understand the politics of sports, especially of football. So I get it. Black Diamond, you're right. You're 100%, Papa. Cornelius, yeah, they've been extra cautious with the media. You're damn right, because they don't want to look stupid. But the more you do this, the stupider you look. That's the funny thing. It's like the emperor in his clothes. You don't think we see this? You don't think you look stupid? That's the crazy part. We don't want to look dumb. We don't want to embarrass the organization. You're embarrassing the organization. You're embarrassing yourselves by not having him talk. It's an easy spin. Easy. They don't want to come out that the Bears haven't developed a quarterback since Sid Luckman. That's what they don't want to come out. That's what they say. That's what they don't want everyone to, who already knows it's out. It's not a secret. Everybody knows it, but they just doesn't want it to be said. Why? Say it, move on, and that's it. It's over. It's in the paper for one day. The next day it's in the paper. And yeah, you're done. But no, you want to keep dragging it out, and then people come up with more questions and more questions and more questions, more theories, more conspiracy theories, more and more and more. And you don't think there's going to be 10 times more questions to Caleb when he does finally meet the media? Like, who's the PR guy? Like, come on now. Get out in front of it. Deal with it. That's the way you handle shit. Get out in front of it and say, hey, listen, I know those things what you read. That was my thought process. A year ago, I decided to come here. I decided to make it work. I wanted to play. And I said it already. I wanted to play for the organization, the team, the fans, the city, the whole nine. Simple spin, but you don't want to do it. You're not going to coach him up to do that. Yes, Rick, and here's why. Remember, guys, I said Justin was a good soldier. Remember I said that? Remember I said Justin was a good soldier? That's why it would have been this would have been a great coach for him. Good luck to him in New York with the Jets. Now I need Caleb to do well with him. King Booker World says, I wish they would stop asking players about it. Because no one's asking, they're not letting Caleb speak. You know, the media's they want answers. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Guess what? You wouldn't let him tell you. Let him tell you. But no, they don't. So interesting decision. I think it's the wrong decision. What do I know? I don't know shit, apparently. But get out in front of it. It lasts a day, maybe two, and that's it. And it's over. And it's over. But you can't ever say anything bad about the franchise, the Charter franchise. Not that we haven't lived it and experienced this crap, what they're doing to us. 3 quarterbacks in a row were all lame duck coaches. All drafted by a coach who was fired the next year. The last 3. I don't know. Defense I'm excited about. I'm really excited about that defense. I'm really excited about that defense. And I think that's one of the reasons why. Like, we finally have a team that is sound defensively and offensively. It's going to be as good this year offensively that they will next year, because everyone's not going to be learning a new offense next year. But we're going to look, we're anticipating things moving in the right direction. That's what we're anticipating this year. How nice would it be to have a great defense and an above average offense for now? Because in 2 years, 26, 27, the 26 season and then 27 season, they better be one of the best offenses in the NFL. So then we're going to have one of the best defenses in the NFL. We're going to have one of the best offenses in the NFL. That's where I see this thing worse things should be. It's not like they're acting surprised. They just don't want people to say it out loud. They don't want to say it out loud. Why? I have no idea. It's not like we don't see it. It's not like we haven't experienced it. But I don't understand why you're the Charter franchise, one of the most rabid and passionate fan bases in pro sports. And you don't think we see what the hell you're doing? You don't think we see the mistakes you've made? Called you out on them and you still made them again and again and again? You don't think we've seen that? King Booker Wells has it right. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and Helen Keller could all see the Bears suck at QB development. But that's what I'm waiting for, is defense. Has a compadre in the offense. That, you know what? When are we going to say, and this is what we're all waiting for, where the offense won the game? Offense won the game. The Bears are up 5 points with 4 minutes to go. They run the 4-minute offense. They end up kneeling the ball on the 3-yard line as the clock runs out. We're waiting for that offense. We're waiting for the offense to say, oh, we got a lead. Too bad, it's over. We know how to run a 4-minute offense. We're down by 3. We're down by 4. No problem. We're going to go down and score. And luckily, we've seen Caleb do that a lot. Lead us down there. So that gives us more hope that this team can, that this offense can be one of the best in the NFL. It gives us hope. But some of this other little superfluous stuff, I don't need to see. I think they need. I want to see them grow. I want to see some confidence. So I just want to see it look like it's professional. Yes, throw the ball on the field. Tight of run, pass, punt, run, screen, pass, punt. Because you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Well, we're not looking for things to complain about. We're talking about things that are evident. The decision-making from Caleb has to be better. We're giving him a chance. I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. But it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, they're going to be great. 15-2. I agree with you, King Bookworld. I feel they're about to change in a positive way. Because here's why. The way that they're being coached is an indicator to me. The way that they're being coached. That is a huge, huge, huge indicator that things are going to turn around. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying there's some things that I see that we need to do, especially offensively, because I finally want this offense to be feared. People are like, oh, shit, we got to go play the Bears. Caleb and DJ and Rome, Burden, Loveland, Komet. Jesus Christ. That's what I wanted. That's what I want. That's what our other teams and defensive coordinators to say on a weekly basis. Oh, shit. Where do we start? Who do we attack? Who do we stop first? What do we do? And I believe we have those people. Now I believe we have that staff. I'm being critical because there's certain things I want to see. And I'm not complaining about the lack. I guess I am. I'm complaining about the lack of, why are we talking about I need to hear about Caleb's work ethic. I need to hear this stuff. It doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean that at all. He could be the first one. He could get there at 5 in the morning and leave at 7 at night. He could very well be doing that. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. Because we've seen so many things go wrong so many different times. Give me some positive shit to talk about, to feel good about, to really look forward to this season. I got my quarterback all out early. He's last in, last out. LIFO, if you know, studied economics. First in, last out. FILO. First in, last out. What are you watching? Do you understand it? All these things I want to hear. Why? Because we want to be behind this team. We want this. We're starving for a good freaking football team. A team that whoops ass and takes names. That's what we're starving for. We deserve it. We're the charter franchise. And I want to consume everything. I want to hear all the good stuff. Even if it's minuscule. What I tell you, if you take care of the little things, there are no big things. So give me all the little stuff. He's doing this. Grady Jarrett's working out with the defensive lineman down in Florida. Lovely. That made the hair on my arm stand up. You're stupid. Take what go world. You're stupid. He's like, give the fans the Halle Berry. Make us feel good. You're a damn fool. You drinking already this morning, dude? Oh, man. But that's what we want. Where's your PR guy doing that? Why are they telling the coach, hey, make sure you let him know how long Caleb's been there. Make sure you say offense is looking good. Make sure you know what I'm saying? Talk to us about it. We're dying. We're starving for it. We got PTSD. We're Bears fans. It's ingrained in our DNA. We have PTSD. We're waiting for something bad to happen. Give us some good shit to focus on and talk about. I want to hear that, you know what, in 7-on-7, the ball didn't hit the ground. 7-on-7, Caleb had 6 touchdowns. No picks. This is what we want to hear. This is what we need. This is good for our soul as Bear fans. Our souls as Bear fans. And the more good shit we hear, the more good shit I'm going to talk about. Now, remember, I talked about Grady Jarrett working out with those guys. I talked about NOL and Eric Sleep with BNB coaching these guys hard. I talked about it. That's good stuff. That's good stuff we need to hear. For all the crap coaching we've had in the last few years, it's good to know that they're being coached well. From all accounts, everybody who's there on the beat, they're being coached well. Ben Johnson's intense. Ben Johnson holds people accountable. Ben Johnson stopped the play and yelled at Cole Kmet because he did something wrong. That's what we want to hear. And you know what? That's what the players want to hear too. That's what the players want to hear too. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. What do I need? Because I can't let my other 10 brothers down on this play. It only takes one person to screw up a play, just one. And that's why this is why I want to see this. This is why I'm adamant about it, because I know what goes into making a championship team. And the Bears have all the ingredients right now for a championship team. Now you just have to cook. You got to season it. You got to put in a little bit of here, a little bit of there, quarter cup here, quarter cup there, a pinch of this, pinch of that. Boom, put it in the oven. Now you got to let it bake. They have all they need. Of course, you can add some pieces. Don't get me wrong. You can garnish it. But they have it. Now that it's a big lump of clay, and now they just got to mold it. And that's what we're excited about. So give me the good shit. Talk to me. Talk to us as Bear fans. Give it to us straight. The good, the bad, the ugly. We don't care. We want everything. We're smart. Although we do have a big part of our population that would make one think otherwise. But nonetheless, they're not all Bear fans. All Bear fans are meatheads. A lot of them are, but not all. Anyway. We're not complaining. I'm pointing out things that I need, that I want from this team, that I need to see, that I need to hear from this team. So PR guy, pay attention. Give us what we need. Give us what we need. Man, listen, guys, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank my guest, Jason Palmer, for coming on, talking Sky basketball with me. I want to thank you guys. This chat was heated. It was lit. Man, look at it. King Book of World, Mr. Shorty, back in the chat. Patty Lara, Rick Gonzalez, Cornelius Squalls, Michonne, Jay Grizz, checking in from Philly. Listen, we're not going to be on Monday for the holiday. We got big news coming on Friday. A week from today, we got some big news. All right, big news coming on Friday. Big news. I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. Excited to share it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So next Friday, make sure you tune in next Friday. Okay? It's going to be good stuff. I'm fired up. But listen, I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. All right? Memorial Day weekend. I know it's not summer weather, but it's getting the 50s and 60s. Hey, the fact that you woke up and you opened your eyes this morning makes it a great day. It'll make it a great weekend. Okay? Make sure you have an attitude of gratitude. You start being thankful for all the things you have, as little as they are. You don't worry about the things you don't have. Be grateful for the things you do have. And the fact that you're watching this show and listening to me now means you got another day on this earth. You know how I always tell you, make sure your loved ones know you love them, because tomorrow is promised to no one. Hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. Get some queuing in, barbecuing for those who don't know what that means. Get some queuing in with your people. Get drunk as a skunk. Don't drive that way. Take an Uber, Lyft, designated driver. But make plans. If it's got to be a quick breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, barbecue. Meet up at Navy Pier. Hop on a Sea Dog. Do whatever with your peoples you haven't seen in a while, but do it. It's the holidays. It's a chance to get together. A lot of people are doing. Everyone's doing shit. So why not do it with people you haven't seen in a while, with people you love? All right. And remember what this weekend's about. It's Memorial Day. All right. For all the people who gave their lives in defense of this country, for the umbrella of freedom, and for jamokes like me who get to talk shit because of people who gave the ultimate sacrifice for us to do this. Remember that. I wish you so. I want you to have so much barbecue. I want you to have the meat sweats. I want you to have the goddamn meat sweats. Because you're grilling. Meat sweats and drinking beer. Play some good music. Have fun, guys. Make memories. Listen, I love you guys, and I appreciate the support that you give me. Steve said, I just got those sitting here, the meat sweats. I love the support you give me, and I'm grateful. I'm truly, truly grateful. And from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, have a phenomenal weekend. Okay? Please do it. Please be safe. Please be safe. A lot of crazy mother hubbards out there doing dumb shit. Be safe. Don't be one of those dumb mother hubbards doing dumb shit. Be safe. All right, so for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, don't forget, I'm sorry, we're going to replay this at 6, at 12:15, Lakina and Sid. Another 2 hours of Chicago sports talk with Second City Sports. Tomorrow, the Smoke Fellows will not be on. It'll be a replay, so they will not be live. They're down in Houston at Houston's Cigar Week, so they've been down there last couple of days. They'll be back the following week. Then I will see you guys on Wednesday. We'll not see you on Monday. It'll be a replay. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Again, so for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal weekend. Your boy is out.